morning to all my dear students. Hope you all are fine. Dear students, in our last science class, we discussed about diseases, right? And kinds of diseases also we discussed. Did you remember that one? What all are the types of diseases, children? Say together, communicable and non-communicable diseases, right? Okay. Then, what are the difference between these two? We know that name itself, non-communicable, means what, children? That is diseases that do not spread from one person to another. That is non-communicable diseases. Okay. Then what about communicable diseases? Just opposite to non-communicable. Then say what it is. That is diseases that spread from one person to another through different modes of transmission. Okay, in this class I am going to teach you about different modes of transmission of communicable diseases one by one. So let's start. Friends, let's check the different modes of transmission of communicable diseases. Okay, how these diseases are spreading from one person to another. Let's check. First one, the air we breathe. Okay, that is airborne diseases. Example like that, sneezing, like that diseases. Through that air, diseases will be spread. Okay, so air is the main carrier of these diseases. Then, water we drink or the food we eat. When we are drinking that contaminated water, diseases will spread from one person to another. Students, some diseases that are caused by animal or insect bite. Diseases like malaria, dengue that are caused by insect like mosquito. Another transmission is direct contact with a sick persons. Like when we are wearing the sick person's clothes or when we are direct contact with that person, some diseases will be spread. Okay. And blood transfusion. What is blood transfusion, children? That is transfer blood from one person to another. That is blood transfusion. Blood is transferring from sick person to healthy person. Maybe diseases will cause. Okay. These are the different transmission of communicable diseases. Let's check one by one. Students, let's check the difference between these three diseases. That is airborne diseases, waterborne diseases and diseases caused by insects or animals. We can check one by one. Here, airborne, the name itself, it is carried through by air itself. Okay, it is carried by air. What about waterborne diseases, children? It is carried by contaminated water or tidy food. Okay, then what about insect or animals? It is carried through by insects or like mosquito or animals like dog, monkey and rat. Okay. So, let's check the differences of these three. So, students, these airborne diseases is caused by air. Okay, through the air, we can get the diseases. But in waterborne diseases, it is caused by contaminated water or when we are eating the contaminated food. Okay, diseases by insect is caused by mosquito. Then next we can check what are the main carriers of these diseases. Here, in airborne diseases, is carried through virus and bacteria. And waterborne diseases also carried by virus and bacteria. But diseases caused in insects and animals that are carried by mosquitoes and then protozoa, dog, rat, like that animals. Then we can check the main airborne diseases name. Okay, that is called TB. What is TB, children? That is tuberculosis, pneumonia. These all are the main diseases coming in airborne. Okay. Then what about waterborne diseases? That is cholera, dysentery, typhoid, like that diseases. Then what about insects and animals carrying diseases? That's our malaria, rabies, dengue, then chikungunya. These types of diseases. Okay. Then we can check the main symptoms of these diseases also. Here in airborne diseases, main symptoms are fever, body pain, cold and cough, like that symptoms. Then what about waterborne diseases, children? Fever and stomach pain. When we are eating the contaminated food or drinking contaminated water, what will happen? We have the stomach pain, is it? Okay. What are the main symptoms of insects carrying diseases? That is fever, headache, vomiting and mental disorder. Okay, these all are the main symptoms of insect carrying or animal carrying diseases. Understand, children? So all should have to learn the differences of these three thoroughly. Okay, and read the chapter at least 3 times and check on the box what I gave, that you have to read it 3 times thoroughly. More about the immune system and how we can control these communicable diseases we can learn in our next class. So students, today's topic quiz. What is the full form of TB? What is the full form of TB? All should have to answer this question within 1 hour and send to me personal WhatsApp. So all should have to answer and you will get a 1 toffee. Okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you children.